So for this discussion, any text I reference is from our textbook, The Developing Person Through the Lifespan, the 12th edition. So I'm going to talk about middle childhood. Some of my favorite memories that I have, like of my whole life, are from middle childhood. The best memories from this times are the ones involving my friends specifically. During this time, I had some issues with socialization, like as far as fitting in goes, but I never had any issues making friends. Fun fact, my best friend right now is my best friend from when I was 8 years old. So as a kid, ages 6 to 10, I was very hyperactive, imaginative, creative, and honestly just downright obnoxious at times. That was just my personality. I did receive quite a bit of rejection and judgment for being like a standout, but I also attracted friends who were just as odd as I was. Our book emphasizes the way that friends can promote mental and social well-being in one another. This was particularly true for me. During times where I felt rejection, I usually had friends backing me up, so instead of developing a negative image of myself, my friends and I would take any bullying or rejection and we would kind of like reclaim it as a feeling of empowerment. Oftentimes we like build entire identities around it, kind of like good guys versus bad guys. In my case, or in the case of me and one of my good friends at the time, Lindsay, we were the punks and they were the preps. So we kind of like built this whole identity, like we were the cool, those are the preppy girls and we were the cool punks. And we even would strictly only wear pink and black or red and black, and we would do ourselves up. We had a little music group we were in the talent show, like we really had fun with that, and we built that off of feeling rejected and made fun of by other people that were our age. So I don't know, I really love these memories with my friends at the time. Anyways, yeah, that was kind of the narrative for my entire 4th grade year, the preps versus the punks. Having a friend, I want to quote the textbook because I absolutely love this. So the textbook says, having a friend, even one who is a victim, can reduce shame and provide a reassuring psychological defense. Blaming the bully and not yourself is important because it preserves self-respect. Friends help us do this. Yeah, that really resonated with me as far as my experience with middle childhood. So for this discussion, I interviewed my friend Kelly. I chose to interview my close friend Kelly for this discussion because she's from a very different racial and socioeconomic background than me. Kelly's Black, and she was raised with many younger sisters by only her mother. Kelly's mom was working all the time and they moved to different homes frequently. When I asked her about peer rejection, she said she felt very rejected during middle childhood, and she had few friends. She described herself as being quiet and shy and not quite feeling like she fit into a race group. Kind of described it as too white for the Black people and too Black for the white people. I thought that was really interesting. As far as her sense of self, she said at some point she kind of started to question if something actually was wrong with her just because of all the rejection she was facing from her peers. Based on the reading, I feel there could have been many factors to contribute to Kelly having that poor self-concept. First, I remember from chapter 9 that it's during early childhood that children become proud of their race or ethnicity, which aids in developing healthy self-esteem. This can be accomplished by acceptance and appreciation from other children. And for Kelly, I imagine this was particularly difficult to achieve, being as she was shy and withdrawn, and she also felt she didn't quite fit into the Black culture that was typical at her school. I also think about her home life because we learn in chapter 9 about functional families. Instability in the home can lead to internalizing and externalizing problems. Single parent homes with multiple children face challenges with functionality, as it is, but all the moving from place to place that she had to experience, her mom working all the time, moving place to place. Also, she told me that she was taking care of her younger sisters a lot, so she really had to be that support for her younger siblings, being as she was the oldest. But yeah, anyways, it probably made harmony and stability via predictable routines very difficult. So I just think it's important to consider things like that. I asked Kelly, this is what I really found the most interesting, and I always say like, things come full circle, but they do. I asked Kelly if she felt any self-esteem issues from middle childhood that have persisted into adulthood. She said she has struggled with self-esteem, but in her early 20s, she was able to kind of explore her styles and interests more, which made her feel more confident. I related to her on this because strong self-identity has always been a huge buffer for blows to my self-esteem. I realized that I had many more privileges socially and financially to get a head start on a healthy self-concept in middle childhood. I'm very fortunate that I had the fundamentals in place at home to make friends and navigate negative social interactions with confidence and ease. I genuinely just gained a lot of insight from the interview with Kelly, and that was my favorite part about this discussion. But yeah, basically I just learned by talking to her that like the social interactions you have with your peers at this time, they really can have a lasting impact, and you can essentially be set up for failure. And you know, it kind of all starts in the home, and then what happens outside of the home can make or break that as well, as far as like who you have for friends, you know, what kind of friends you do have, how you're being treated at school, what your race, religion, ethnicity is, all of those things, socioeconomic status. It's all interwebbed, and it all can have an impact on your life at home, and therefore your life outside of the home, and therefore how others perceive you, how you perceive yourself, and so on and so forth into adulthood. So anyways, thank you.